In just the second day of the race, we started to get wind and waves from exactly where we wanted to head. So pretty soon it was all we could do with two of us hauling away at the oars. We could just stay in the same spot, and we could tell that's all we were doing because of the GPS on the bulkhead just read 00. And you could feel the strain on your arms. You could feel your bones bending. You could hear the oars creaking. And what's preying on your mind is you wonder what's going to break first, you or the boat. But of course, you don't have to keep on doing this. You could always put the sea anchor out. Now the sea anchor is like a large parachute, goes out the bow of the boat. There's a bit of rope you tie onto the bow, it goes tight, pulls the boat into the wind and waves. So now you're kind of safe. You can go into the back cabin, shut the hatch, ride the storm out, and have a sleep. The only problem is while you're sleeping, the boat slowly drifts backwards. So the big decision we had to make is, do we put out our sea anchor or do we keep on rowing? Well, we knew there were some tough crews in this race. In particular, there were these two guys from Auckland who had won the race the previous time, and they were back to win it again and break the world record if they could. And they were big, tough guys. They weren't going to stop. So if they're not going to stop, that means that we couldn't stop. So we decided we had to keep on rowing. So we rowed and rowed throughout this long, lousy night, till finally at lunchtime the next day, things had calmed down just enough for me to be able to get out of my seat, go to the back cabin, grab our satellite phone and call up our shore crew to see how we're doing compared to the rest of the fleet, because we're mad keen to find out. But before I could even ask them, they said, guys, whatever you're doing, keep it up. I said, why? They said, you've got a 25-mile lead on the rest of the fleet. I thought, this is great. We'll stay in the same spot. And now we're 25 miles in front. I said, why is that? They said, because they've all put their sea anchors out. And when we got to the end of the race, and we won the race, do you want to guess how much we won by? That's right, 25 miles. And it wasn't until I was sitting under a palm tree at the end of the race, drinking a glass of rum punch and doing a bit of reflection, finding the more rum punch, the more reflection, I was thinking, what did we learn on the second day? And it was something really simple. All the crews were facing the same storm. All the crews were facing the same seas, the same fallout, economic fallout from the COVID pandemic. But the only difference between us and them was a decision that we made that any of them could have made. And that was to keep on rowing. That's what made all the difference in the end. There were some days, flat calm days, we might make 70 or 80 miles across the ocean towards the end, but not gain a single yard in our competition. The 2 days we gained the most was when the weather turned bad and we kept on rowing. If it's tough for you, it's tough for everybody else. If you can keep on persisting during those times, it can be an opportunity for you. This could be a challenging year, but remember, when it gets tough, you've got a choice. You can either stick out your sea anchor or set a course to the edge of your comfort zone and keep on rowing.